Hello students, yesterday we will start our lesson number 9, Soil a Natural Resource, and in that we study about the formation of soil, then composition of soil, soil profile, types of soil, in that sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. And today we will start with the properties of soil. Students, some important properties of soil are soil contain air, soil contain water or moisture, soil can absorb the water or soak up the water, soil allow water to percolate or pass down through it. Now, after that, the most important point is the percolation rate of sandy, loamy, and clay soil. Soil is a porous solid substance having a tiny pores in it. When water is poured over a soil, then some of it get absorbed in soil and rest passes down the soil. So, the process in which water passes down slowly through the soil is called percolation of water. I again repeat the definition. The process in which water passes down slowly through the soil is called percolation of water. Percolation is also called Rinzna in Hindi. Percolation means Rinzna in Hindi. Then water can percolate through all types of soil, but the rate of percolation of water through the different type of soil is different. The rate of percolation of water tell us how the fast water pass down to the soil. Please note that whether we call rate of percolation of water or percolation rate of water, it means the same thing. The percolation rate of water in soil is the volume of water in millimeter which pass down to the soil per minute. So the formula of percolation rate of water is percolation rate is equal to amount of water in milliliter upon percolation time in minute. So the volume of water percolated in soil is measured in milliliter and time taken is measured in minute. So, the percolation rate of water is expressed in unit of millimeter per minute, which is written in a short form as ml per minute. Then our next point is a moisture content in a different type of soils. The amount of water present in soil depend on its water holding capacity. The different soil have different amount of moisture present in them. Then our next point is the organisms found in soil. Many creatures or microbes inhabit the soil. Bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa in the soil help to improve the fertility of soil by decomposing the organic matter into simple inorganic compounds and fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Some worms and insects also help in improving the fertility of soil. Earthworm, commonly called the friend of farmers, ingest the soil and excrete it after digesting it organic matter. Worms also help by burrowing the soil. Ant, beetles, then centipedes, rabbits and moles are some other animals that live in the soil. Then next point is a soil and crops. The type and the properties of soil determine the type of crop that can be grown in a particular region. Clay and loamy soil have a good water retaining means good water holding capacity, and therefore the cereals and the vegetable crops are grown in this type of soil. Soil rich in clay is good for growing the paddy. Due to this, its ideal water holding capacity. where loamy soil is suitable for growing the pulses and other lentils. Cotton does not require the excess of water. Therefore, it is grown in black soil which has more sand content in a loamy soil. Soil rich in humus supports proper growth of plants. After the soil after the soil and crops, the most important point is the soil erosion. The topsoil is very fertile, and this topsoil is often carried away by the strong wind or washed away by the heavy rains. So, the removal of fertile topsoil from the land by wind or water is called soil erosion. We already discussed that point in a sixth standard also. The removal of fertile topsoil from land by wind or water is called soil erosion. The loss of fertile topsoil at a places expose the infertile subsoil which cannot be used to grow the plants and trees. In absence of plant and trees, the area become a desert, and in desert soil erosion occurs mainly through the wind. Soil erosion does not occur easily where the land is covered with the vegetation, means tree and other plants. Soil erosion occurs easily in those areas of land which are not covered by the vegetation, means tree and other plants, or have a very little vegetation. Soil erosion is caused mainly by the large scale cutting down of forest tree and other plants, means a deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of tree on a large scale. It causes the soil erosion. A large number of forest trees are cut down every day for obtaining the wood for burning as a fuel, for building purposes, and for the manufacture of paper. When the forest trees and other plants are cut down, then the topsoil get exposed and become a loose. So, there are no root to bind the soil and no cover to soften the effect of falling rain, so that blowing wind and the flowing rainwater easily carry this soil and causes the soil erosion. Also, the poor farming methods adopted by farmers also add up to the soil erosion. Overgrazing by animals, construction of the roads and houses lead to increase in the pace of soil erosion. After soil erosion, the most important point is a soil pollution. The contamination of soil with a waste material, especially used polythene bags and plastics, pesticides, fertilizers, acid rain, and industrial chemical waste, etc., is called soil pollution. Simply, contamination of soil by the presence of man made chemicals and the other non desirable, means non desirable substances, is called soil pollution. Soil pollution, the various sources of the soil pollution and their effects are: dumping of the waste material such as the polythene bags, plastic, glass, and metal object causes the soil pollution. Then the use of pesticides in agriculture causes the soil pollution, because the pesticides are the poisonous chemical substances which are sprayed on the standing crops to save them from the harmful insect and diseases, and some of these are also mixed with a soil in the field and pollute it. And then excessive use of fertilizers in agriculture causes the soil erosion, because the chemical fertilizers are added in soil to increase the food production. The excessive use of that fertilizers make the soil highly acidic, and when soil become highly acidic, it is said to be polluted. After that, acid rain also causes the soil pollution, because acid rain make the soil highly acidic, and acidic soil become a toxic, means poisonous for the plant growth. Then next causes is a dumping of the industrial waste causes the soil pollution. Many industries or factories dump their waste product containing the harmful chemicals on it. These chemicals causes the soil pollution and harm the plant which grow in it and the cattle which graze on it. After soil pollution, the last point of this lesson is a soil conservation. The protection of soil against the erosion and degradation is called soil conservation. Soil erosion can be prevented by preventing large scale cutting down of forest trees. The large scale cutting down of forest tree is called deforestation. So we can also say that soil erosion can be prevented by preventing the deforestation. Soil erosion can be prevented by afforestation, means large scale growing of forest tree in a place of cut down of tree. Afforestation means planting more and more trees. If the trees have to be cut down from the forest for the various need, then new trees should be planted in a place of the cut down trees. In this way, the forest will continue to have a sufficient number of trees all the time. Soil erosion can be prevented by increasing the green cover, means vegetation around us, by planting more trees and plants ourselves. Terrace farming is a practice of farming allowed on a hilly areas. Farmer build a steps called terrace on the hillside to prevent the topsoil from being washed away by the water. Crop rotation is another method that can be used for the conservation of soil, and the dams and the embankments are also built to control the flood and thus to prevent the soil erosion. Students, please listen this video carefully.